Welcome to Strip Cover Lit. I'm Dalton Gentry, and I'm here today with hopefully what's going to be a very new series, something that would be very beneficial as we're moving closer towards November, because I know a lot of people are doing NaNoWriMo this year, you fools. This is going to be novel writing with Dalton. I'm not sure what I'm wanting to accomplish with this series yet, but I'm hopefully going to be able to verbalize that, and I'll get some input from you, and hopefully we'll develop this series together, and hopefully someone finds some worth out of this and finds something that is going to be beneficial to them. Now, in the infancy of Strip Cover Lit, we talked a lot about writing, and we focused a lot on writers, and dare I say, we've neglected them a little bit. We've gotten away from talking about writing and writers, and focused a lot more on literary criticism, getting reviews in, things like that. So what I would like to accomplish with this series is I'm going to sit down and I'm going to begin a novel. We've done this before, we've written novels before, we've written plenty of short stories, but the questions that always seem to come up when you're writing a novel is people want to know what your writing style is, what you do, where you write, how you're doing it, what you're writing about. Very simple questions like that that I think would be very beneficial to start a dialogue with. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is I am going to begin writing a novel today. I'm going to set a word count because that is very, very important to writing a novel. And I am going to try to shoot a couple videos a month, hopefully maybe even a video a week, discussing what I'm doing with this novel, where I'm at in my writing process, some things that I've been facing, some strategies that I've been utilizing that I think would be beneficial, because I am not a novelist. I have never claimed to be a novelist. Adrian's always been the heavy writer of our group. I've always been the heavy reader. So this is kind of a new venture for me. I've attempted novels before, but I think you never stop learning in that process. So what we can do to start, I think it's very important that you do set a word count. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be doing NaNoWriMo, which is 1,666 words, something like that, daily, which is absolutely breakneck, and has conquered me before. I think I made it to like 40,000 words, and I was done. I just burnt out. However, there is benefit to NaNoWriMo. Writing that much daily really does begin to create a habit for you, and that's going to get you into a daily writing regimen, which is very important. If you're going to be writing a novel, you have to write daily. There are absolutely no exceptions. Whether the writing be good or bad, it's irrelevant. Whether you just write the same frustrated curse word 500, 600, 700 times, cool, have at. That's what your first draft is for. But the important thing is building that foundation and that discipline to ensure that you are completing your word count daily. So like I said, I am not going to go anywhere near NaNoWriMo. If you are, good for you. I hope you win this year. I hope that you really find something you're very proud of. I do not have the time to sit and hit an entire month. A novel an entire month. We do this channel, we work full-time, I write on the side. This is just nothing that's realistic for me. However, I would like to sit down and say, Dalton, your goal for your novel writing show will be 500 words a day. I think that's very reasonable. One thing before starting a novel that I think is also very beneficial is doing a little bit of research. Once you come up with a rough idea of where you're wanting to take this novel, what you're wanting to start with, a conceptual idea of what you're wanting to start with, I think it will be very helpful for you to begin reading in that area. See if it has been done before, if there is something that's similar, see how that author tackled it, because you don't want to write somebody else's work by any means, but to know where you will be standing as you write this will be beneficial to you. Also, if you're going to be doing some historical fiction, or you're going to be dealing with something that is taking place at a certain period of time, you want to make sure you at least got your facts relatively straight for your first draft. Now, you are going to go back and fact check and obviously edit everything, but just making sure everything sounds right the first time will really help you out. So those are my suggestions for the beginning of this. Make sure you're setting a word count, make sure you're doing a little bit of research into your piece, and hopefully within a week, couple weeks, I don't know when, I'll be able to sit down and say, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I've experienced, this is what I've been dealing with, this is how I've been trying to fit in this writing regiment into my daily lifestyle. But more importantly, I would love to hear from you. Like I said, I know a lot of people are going to be doing NaNoWriMo, a lot of people are going to be writing, maybe some people are just going to jump along, do some 500 words a day, get into this writing exercise with me. I really would like to hear what you're doing, what you're tackling, what are some questions that if you have had, and honestly, if you'd like to shoot us a copy of maybe something you've worked on, something you're very proud of, I'd love to read it on the channel if you're comfortable with that. And we'll open it up to an audience on here, and hopefully we can answer some questions together, we can discuss some works together, what's working, what isn't working, and really more than anything, we're just trying to get back to building a community of writers. That's something we really got away from for a long time, and I'm disappointed in that. So, this is Novel Writing with Dalton. Those are our goals. Hopefully I will not tucker out on this here. Life does throw you curveballs, and it seems like anytime I set up a long, ongoing thing like this, my world just explodes. So, let's hope that doesn't happen again. But if you do like things like this, and you are interested in the writing process and what you can gain from it, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Like I said, I'm going to be hopefully shooting these on maybe a weekly basis. If they are a benefit to you, if everyone just says, nah, I'm good, hey, we'll move on with life. But make sure you follow us on social media as well. We are on Twitter @StripCover and Facebook @StripCoverLit.